Use what you know about linear relationships to prove which of the following represents the same relationship as the function f of x equals 100x plus 2000. Okay, so I know that this is in slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. I can see that my slope is 100. I can see that my y-intercept is 2000. So since y-intercept for me is the easiest to check, I'm just going to go and check that first. So immediately I can see on this graph, my y-intercept is 2000. And my slope needs to be 100. Now, it's hard for me to tell my slope between all of these points. You know, you can't really just guess. You can kind of estimate, but the easiest is just to find two really clean points so then I can find my slope. So my change in my y and my change in my x is what I need for my slope. I increased by 1,000 and I increased by 10. So the change in my y was 1,000, change in my x was 10, and then I can see that my slope is 100. So my slope's 100, my y-intercept is 2,000, so yes, this one works. Let's look at the next one. Remember, I'm looking for a slope of 100, a y-intercept of 2,000. Okay, so my y-intercept is when x equals 0, so I'm going to come find 0 on my table, and I already have a problem. When my x is 0, y is 500, so no, this cannot represent that function. Cassandra has read 500 words so far and plans to read 2,000 words every month in order to reach her goal for the million-word challenge. So again, I want a slope of 100, and I want a y-intercept of 2,000. Okay, so slope is my rate of change. What am I changing by? Okay, so if I look at this situation here, what I'm changing by is not, I'm starting at 500 words. This is my y-intercept. But 2,000 words every month, the every month tells me that this is my rate of change. So my slope for this one is 2,000. So this one doesn't work because I want a slope of 100 and a y-intercept of 2,000. Okay, so here I have another equation that's now in, you can see is in slope or point slope form. And I want to know if it matches my other functions. So if I want to know if it, want to know if it has the same slope, well, I can see that really easily. It has the same slope. So I need to know if it has the same y-intercept. So I'm going to have to put it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to distribute that 100, which is going to give me 100x minus, let's see, what is that? 300,000. And I need to solve for y, so I'm going to add 10 on both sides, and I'm not going to even finish this. Because I can see here, even if I do the math, that is a negative 300,000. I'm going to end up with 290,000 over here. That's not anywhere close to a 2,000 y-intercept. So I'm going to hit no, or circle no, because it's not going to give me a y-intercept of 2,000. Okay, so let's look at the table down below. Let me just get rid of some of this here so we can look at the table clearly. Okay, so if I look at the table again, I want a slope of 100 and a y-intercept of 2,000. So I'm going to find the change in my y and the change in my x to find my slope. So my x is increasing by 5, and my y every single time is increasing by 500. So my slope is 500 over 5, which simplifies to 100. Okay, so far I'm good. My y-intercept. So there's lots of things I can do here. I can work backwards. Simply what I like to do, sorry about that. What I like to do is is just start to plug in. So I'm going to start my equation. I know it would be y equals 100 times x. So I'm going to plug in an x value. 100 times 20, which is my x value right here. So 100 times 20 is 2,000, right? Well, I need to get to 6,000, so I'm going to add 4,000 to get to that. Okay, so I'm having to add 4,000 on. Well, if I'm having to add 4,000 and I'm looking for a y-intercept of 2,000, this cannot be the same function. So the rule would have to be 100x plus 4,000, not 100x plus 2,000. So no, that one will not work. Okay, so let's look at the last one. Again, I need to solve for y because I have x over here next to y. So this one's in standard form. So I'm just going to add 100x on both sides. And then I would have y equals 2,000 plus 100x. So I can see if I rewrite this, y equals 100x plus 2,000, I have the same function. So yes, this one would work because I have a slope of 100 and a y-intercept of 2,000.